Hello everyone, welcome to Rockstar Gaming. My name is Eric. Today we're going to be finishing our unboxing series of Marvel United Multiverse by taking a look at all the other stuff that basically wasn't in an expansion box during the course of our unboxing series. We do have here the cardboard villain dashboards and the cardboard locations, which do not add any additional gameplay, but they are thicker, sturdier cardboard versions of the locations and dashboards that we have already seen throughout the game. We do have the plastic tokens specifically for the multiverse components, meaning that any new token that was introduced during Marvel United Multiverse will be in this box. This is not going to show any of the tokens that are like health tokens, action tokens, was it the under pressure, not under pressure, accelerated tokens, all that stuff. Those are not going to be in here. So this is all the new stuff that is from Multiverse. Also in this video, we're going to take a look at pet companions. We're going to take a brief look at the promo team cards and the regular team cards. We've also got over there, what is that? The campaign decks. For the campaign mode, that if you guys are interested in seeing us play through the campaigns, let me know down below in the comments. Let me know which campaign, if so, you would like us to start with. We also have over here the playmat is what we got right here. So we're going to be taking a look at that first and then kind of going through. I'm assuming we're going to go through the dashboards and the locations first, just to show like kind of how those look and everything like that. We're not going to spend too much time on them because we've looked at every single location and every single dashboard almost for the game, and we'll spend a little bit more time on the promos, the team decks, the pet companions, and the campaign decks. I don't want to spoil too much about the campaign decks, but we'll at least take a look at those. And then finally, we will take a look at some comparisons, because I said I would do it in previous videos, but I have all the large scale figures out and about over here. So yeah, I kind of want to go through and compare them, show how, you know, the different sizes and everything of that, just to see how overpowering Galactus is to everybody. And yeah, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Again, first we will take a look at the playmat, just so we can have it on the board and so we can see it and everything like that. So we got it right here. And again, I got this first, as most of us did. But again, I live in, Florida, so I got it, well after everybody on the West Coast got the whole game. So let's go ahead and finally get this open. I don't want to, cut through the white cardboard here. If you have not gotten rid of it already, I would suggest keeping the white cardboard piece here, only because of the fact that someone brought it up to me, like when I opened my original playmat for Marvel United. Basically, this kind of helps keep the shape, because of the fact that this is a circular mat. When you put it back into the box, it might crush a little bit just because of how you roll it and everything like that. And basically keeping it in the white cardboard is going to help it with not getting messed up over time. Alright, so this is going to be, we'll look at this side first. This is going to be our playmat right here, and as you can see, as far as where we position the camera, this actually, I'm making a lot of noise right now, this actually fits pretty well in the camera. So normally when we play Marvel United, we have a setup kind of like this, off to the side, and we usually put the cards over here. We're probably going to continue to do that just because I don't have to keep adjusting this top camera right now. But this is very nice. This is the main reason why, because of the way we have this set up. One of the reasons why I was actually excited to get the playmat for this one, because I thought it would fit just perfect on our table here for videos. And again, it does have double-sided. I never got the X-Men one for the two-sidedness, because one of the other things I also thought about after X-Men, which again, I wasn't doing this channel at the time that the X-Men campaign was going on, but I thought to myself, you know what? It'd be pretty nice because of the fact that you got everything, kind of going a circle here and whatever. And then I realized that the one-player mode would be better for when we actually film, and I'll show that off here in a minute. So anyway, we got the board right here. We've got all the different locations. We got the place where we place the master plan deck, which I feel like in the other one, it got placed here. But that's, you know, neither here nor there. We got a spot for the villain dashboard. We got a spot for the missions right here, and it already has the, you know, villains act after every 2 cards. Villain is now vulnerable to damage, and so on and so forth. It's got places where they expect you to place your tokens. So I've always liked the way that the dashboard is, or sorry, that this mat is laid out on this side. And again, what they expect you to do, because I have some examples here from the Fing Fang Foom box, is they expect you basically to place your dashboards like, or your locations like right there. And then as far as your dashboard goes, it will be placed right here like that. So everything fits pretty well. You don't have to have like the cardboard spots here and everything like that, because you already have all that stuff printed on the mat. So that's pretty nice. And then again, they have dump spots right here for you to place your tokens. Let's go ahead and flip this to the other side like this. And so this is what essentially is the single player side of the mat. This is the side of the mat that if you were playing Commander solo mode or Shield/Xavier solo mode, this is the side of the mat you would use, because you would basically just have all your locations right here, which is going to be the main way that you are, you know, everything's facing you and everything like that. These are going to be the main things you're going to be messing with. You're not really going to be messing with the villain dashboard throughout the course of the game, except for if it's a villain that has like the like a villainous plot track or anything like that. And then the missions, the only thing you're going to be doing with those is taking the tokens and placing them on the Thug and Civilian tokens, placing them on the mission. So you're really not messing with them as much. You're more so going to be moving around your figures throughout the game. And again, you're going to be placing your locations like that, and then they have the lines here showing how they connect. It's like this one's across from this one is across from this one. So I do see how that would be a slight, you know, confusion during the game, you know, trying to make sure like, oh yeah, I'm across from here, even though this one location is clearly in the way. But they have to do what they can with what they have. So again, I like the way this is set up. And again, you do have the track right here to place your cards. You place them, you know, on this mat, they do go off the board. Again, for our videos, we will probably still have it off to the sides. That way it is easier for you guys to see and not have it all spinning around. But we'll see how that goes. The table itself actually more than fits this mat and everything, so we might adjust things. We will see. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I really do like this mat and everything. Yeah, I am very impressed with it. I'll unroll it though, because it is like curved in this way a little bit. So I do need to get that adjusted. But yeah, it is brighter. It might be my monitor again over here, but it is a lot brighter than what I'm seeing over here, although, again, it might just be how I'm seeing it in here, and you might not even care. Regardless, that is going to be that. So we're going to go ahead next and open up the big, massive boxes of cardboard locations, as well as the villain dashboards. Really quickly, we're not going to spend too much time on them, because, like I said, all these components are things we already saw. The only reason why we are spending any time with them is just because they're an accessory that came in with it. So, like I said, gameplay-wise, we've already seen all these different components. So, and you know what? I also want to make sure that everything is okay in these boxes. So that's the only reason why I'm opening them up now on camera. So let's go ahead and get this open. Every box in this game is super shiny. So that is pretty cool. All right, so this, because of the fact, I'm assuming, because, I don't know if you can see it on here, they're in a plastic inside there too, so give me 1 second while I try to get this out. Alright, there we go. We've got the locations out of their box, and yeah, those are some big boys. We're going to have to open these anyway, because I am planning on filming some gameplay very soon, so I can't just keep them in the box and be like, oh, hey, look at this, and see it on the top camera. The playmat box tried to attack me. So let's go ahead and get these out of here. So, all right. All right, so we got those out. And yeah, so that is still keeping its shape there. So anyway, so these are going to be the multiverse thing. So ironically, the one on the very back of the box is Valley of the Sleeping Dragon, which is from Fing Fang Foom. And I don't know how well I can see that, but you can definitely tell there is a definite difference between like the thickness of the locations. These are like that, and then these are, I mean, they make the same toys. So there's that. So anyway, but yeah, that is pretty cool. I like these. Again, I prefer these ones just because it gets humid around here. I know I've had locations that have curled on me before, and not because of the quality or anything like that, but just simply because of the fact that I know it gets hot in the room that we do all the filming in and everything in here. So, but yeah, these are nice, very nice and sturdy. Don't have to worry about them curling with things sliding around on them. They just, stay on the board like that. Now, one of the things that the game does do here, if you've never seen the cardboard locations, is they do have these, which are little stands that go here. The reason why they do that, and I'll pop this one out right here, is because you basically put it like that for the location effect. Notification here, but that is also so and I don't have any cards in front of me because I apparently haven't opened up any of the card boxes, but that's also so that way when you place a card on this, like the threat cards on this location here, the card doesn't like teeter off this edge right here. It has it to where you can put it there and it just lines up and everything is perfectly fine with that. Every location box has added these, so I now have, what's 8 times, or 3 times, was it 3 times 6 there, so I have, 18 of these now, so I have plenty of spares of these, which is fine. But yeah, that is where they go right there for location effect. When you're using just, if you don't have the cardboard locations, you don't need to have those on the board and everything like that because there's not really that much of a lip here to have the figures teeter like that. But yeah, that is going to be the cardboard locations. I'm going to place these over here for right now, and then let's take a look at the cardboard villain dashboards. So, like I said, not spending too much time on these because I don't think there's anybody clamoring for, we want to see all the cardboard locations. You don't want to see all the cardboard locations. These I'm a little curious about because one of the things I have heard is that they didn't add into this box, for whatever reason, any of the new mission cards. They didn't add any cardboard versions of them. So I thought that was odd. So let's take a look in here and see. And it's in plastic wrap as well. Can you come out easily? Yes, you do. Oh, apparently it's coming out on both sides. There we go. All right. So put the box right there. So, I will move you out of the way. Yeah, so that's basically what they kind of look like in the box and the wrap. And then we've got the Wrecking Crew big dashboard right there. Let's get you out of here. Come on. Lots of plastic, and this is actually pretty. This isn't like a thin plastic either. They actually have some like pretty thick plastic covering this. They definitely wanted to make sure that these things did not get loose or break during shipping or anything like that. So let's take this out here. Oh. Let's get all the plastic out of the way. So yeah, this is how the Wrecking Crew one looks. And again, I'll take this out real quick so you can see. But again, thicker cardboard and everything right there compared to this thinner cardboard. If let's take a look at Fing Fang Foom one more time. So we got the Fing Fang Foom right here. You place it right here on your Villian dash board right here, and that's how that goes and fits and everything right there. So that's pretty nice there. Was this gonna fit though? So they do design it. It's probably not going to be the right side for it, but they do design it right here where when you have, the reason why this comes out, they do design these to where this kind of fits in here. So you can fit the alternate dashboards in there as well. So they've just placed there, but they don't take up any additional room or anything like that. So they fit in the spot that they're designated for. So that is pretty nice right there. So, but yeah, that is going to be, I'm trying to put this away so I can use it later, or so I can put all this stuff away. I try to keep these because I don't have any storage for them. I try to keep these in their boxes because again, I don't have a storage solution for these, so I take them out of the box every time. So, but yeah, that is going to be the cardboard locations. Let me clean up these cardboard things real quick. Cardboard locations, cardboard dashboards, and then we'll get into the other stuff. And one other quick thing before we move too far away from it. Yes, I did glance at all this. This is just the dashboards for the villains, so there is no extra little pieces or anything like that in there. So yeah, this is just the, what is it, 61 villain tiles. That's all we got in here. We don't have any additional tiles, anything like that. So there's that. All right, now we're going to continue this look at the no additional gameplay section of the video and take a look at our plastic tokens. Again, these are plastic versions of the tokens that are new to Multiverse. These are not any new type of token, anything like that. These are also not any old tokens. So if it's a token that is in the game that was in either Marvel United 1 or Marvel United 2, or just a core box token, or a token for a character that uses a token from those old boxes, it more than likely is not going to be here. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I do wish they would have had an option during Multiverse for adding at least the old tokens in. So there is that. If you did pledge to DC Superheroes United, not to bring up DC games during a Marvel video, but hey, they're all, both games are made by the same people. They did have an option where you can get just the core tokens, which were just the generic tokens across all United games, and then they had a section just for tokens new to that game. So or tokens necessarily new for that game, because there's some crossover between this and that. But yeah, these are going to be the tokens. These sound very much like the other one right here. So what do we want to open up? Let's you know, I'm just going to open up the number one. We're not going to go through all of these because, again, we've seen all the tokens. This is more of just a how does the plastic, you know, hold up with the other ones, and we'll compare them to, I got a couple of tokens, like a KO token over here off to the side. So, yeah, so we have right here, we do have the Rick Jones token right here, but on the other side is the Betty Ross, because there's no reason for this token to be double-sided with the same image on both sides, so they basically used it for there. And you could probably play some kind of game type where, you know, it's just just a male and a female on one side generically. Yes, one is supposed to be Rick Jones, one is supposed to be Betty Ross, but you can probably use it for whatever. We've got these tokens here that I can't remember what they go to. And then we've got the seismic token from Crystal from Inhumans, or from War Kings. We've got one water token here. We've got some of the Terrigen Mist tokens here. Got this lightning token. And that is the one, that's the odd thing about these bags, that I'm pretty sure, yeah, we got more Terrigen and more water here, that it's just really oddly how they're packed. And we got the crowbar here from Wrecking Crew right there. Again, I do have off to the side over here some tokens from Marvel United 2. And again, these are very, very similar. Like, you can't really tell, but this is very much how the tokens look and everything. I'll do a KO token, or a Terrigen Mist token comparing. I know there's a lot of shadow there. But again, that's how they look. You know, if you would have told me one's from one completely different set and the other one's from another, yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell, honestly. So they do have very similar patterns and whatnot. So, but yeah, these are pretty good tokens. I don't see anything that's giving me any red flags or issues or anything like that. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Now I will have to figure out some other storage solution because, again, I mean, you can keep them in here, but as soon as you take them all out of these bags and throw them in here, it's just a jangly mess. I do have some extra token holders I'll probably throw mine into, but yeah, other than that, these are, like I said, pretty nice tokens. You can see right here where you have 2 number 3s in here because this is basically you get 2 packs of these just because of the number and everything. So this is like half of whatever these tokens are and half of whatever these tokens are. So yeah, so that is pretty cool. So that is going to be the tokens. Next, after I stop making all of this noise, which is annoying probably, I will open up the rest of those later. I'm not going to go through all of them because, again, like I said, we went through all these tokens and everything, and I'll put them away and store them after this video is over. So there's that. But now we will go ahead and look at, I don't know. Let's go ahead and look at the pet companions. We'll look at that one next because it is right there. And we'll give you some figures to take a look at the midway point-ish of this video. Let's see here. Put that over there. So yeah, these are going to be the pet companions. These are going to be characters that can be with your character on the board. Basically, it's like we have 6 companion pieces, 21 companion cards, and 7 reference cards. So there's our 7 reference cards. And let's go ahead and get this pre-opened. But yeah, the whole point of this was that it's like a companion for your character to have on the board. You don't necessarily need to match the companion with the character. It's just a companion to it. Those look pretty cool. And they are very tiny, a lot smaller than a regular figure, and we will compare here in just a second because I actually brought some comparisons down for this video. I know, I'm growing. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the cards first of all. So again, every character does have a reference card right here. There are only 3 cards per character here. So one of the first ones we'll take a look at, I wanted to take a look at this one because, as everyone knows, there is a misprint on Cosmo's card here. So there's that. But anyway, so this is the reference card for Cosmo right there. And then that is the companion's reference. So it tells you basically all these are the exact same. So all the reference cards are the same, just if you're using it. During setup, choose 1 companion, shuffle their 3 companion cards into your hero deck. Place the companion piece in your hero's starting location. For all intents and purposes, your companion cards are considered as one of your hero cards. Once during each of your turns, you may move your companion to a location adjacent to them for free. Companions are not considered heroes for game effects, and they can't take any damage. However, if there's a companion in your location, you're not alone. So there are villain cards that state if you're the only hero here, then you get this effect. So companions do give make it to where you're not by yourself. If you are removed from the game, your companion is also removed. So there's that. And so we've got some things here. Each card is different, it looks like, on all of these. Yeah, so like I said, for Cosmo, we've got telekinesis here, and then we've got mental sedation right there, and then we've got no more Mr. Nice Dog right there. So those are going to be his characters. So we've got Cosmo, we've got Goose from Captain Marvel and whatnot. We've got Alligator Loki right here, so you compare that with your regular Loki or your Kid Loki, and you can fight Evil Loki from Thor while you're doing so. We got Jeff, shark right there, and there is a note right there. I don't know if you can read it. No, it's not gonna do it. Gwenpool can only use Jeff as a companion. No other hero can use him if she is in play. So if she is being used, nobody else can use him. Did anybody else have that stipulation? I don't think so. Maybe Red Wing. No, even Red Wing, who is Falcon's main partner right there, does not have that stipulation. And we'll double check on Lockheed here in a second. There's Red Wing's cards right there. And then finally we've got Frog, Thor, or Throg right here. So we got that. And then the other one I did want to take a look at is going to be Lockheed. Kitty Pryde can only use Lockheed as a companion. No other hero can use him if she is in play. So it says that no one else can use him, but if she's in play, if she's not in play, then use him, I guess. No other hero can use him if she is in play. So there's that. Lockheed, as you'll tell in here in a minute, is not a pet in this box. He does have companion cards, but the reason for that is that they decided to take the Lockheed figure from Marvel United 2 and give it companion cards. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at these figures. These are pretty interesting. There's Cosmo right there. I think the only one with a normal size base to the game. Let's take a look here. I grabbed Captain America. Yeah, Lockheed's the only one, or not Lockheed, Cosmo is the only one with a base that's the same size as Captain America, and you can tell, again, a size comparison between the two right there. And then we got Alligator Loki right here, and again, you can tell the difference. It's not like they try to make these things giant or anything like that. So there is Alligator Loki right there. There is Jeff right there, and Goose. So I got that one. You can go back in there like that. Got Red Wing. And then we've got Throg right there. So that is pretty cool. Pet companions. Those are going to be pretty awesome as I am filming this. Again, this is after the DC Superheroes United campaign. So the equivalent to pet companions in that one, I believe, is the sidekicks. I believe they took the mechanic of the pet companions and put them into the sidekick stuff. So, so yeah, there is that. So that's going to be your pet companions right there. Next, we will look at the regular team decks. Again, we're not going to go through every single team. I do have some ideas of things that we can do later on in other videos where we do like some deep dives on the teams, and that's, again, if you guys are interested in that that kind of stuff. So let me know down below in the comments if you are interested in us doing like some team deep dive, not only looking at the individual like team cards, but seeing how some of those cards will work with the team members with those teams and everything like that. Because like I said, my plan for it is kind of do like an all-encompassing thing. But again, that's going to be whether or not you guys have interest in that. So we do have a little leaflet here for the teams and everything. I think we've already seen this. Got the special setup for that, special rules clarifications right there, and compatibility with team versus team, player versus player, supervillain, and commander solo mode. Again, there's nothing in here about it says team decks cannot be used with this mode. I think we already said that. It doesn't say anything about whether or not it can be used with Xavier or Shield solo mode. I wonder if they completely are phasing that mode out, especially because they're using Commander in technically two boxes. We've got Multiverse box and Spider-Geddon box that are using it, Commander instead of Xavier / Shield solo mode, and then DC is going to be using Commander as well. Anyway, so we've got a few different team decks in here. You can already see the Deadpool team up deck right here, which Wolverine is apparently a part of that. So there we go. And then we've also, it does also mention here Deadpool X-Force, which is the Deadpool variant that was a gift, or not a gift. It was a giveaway at one of the comic conventions or some convention, and then it is going to be in the Witching Hour box, which is what I'm waiting for because I did not get to go to a con to get any of those promos. So yeah, I am anticipating, much like the rest of you, getting Witching Hour, and as soon as that is announced to be available for order, I will be ordering it. Don't you worry about old Eric. So there is that. The first team deck that's on here is going to be the United Heroes team deck. I believe this one, yeah, all team members, any hero can be used with this team deck. So this is basically the team deck for whoever isn't in a team and you want to have somebody in here. You have somebody in here. This is their negative card impromptu team. As long as this card is in the team display, heroes must ignore one symbol at the bottom of a previous hero card in the storyline. So that's what they get with that. And then when played the storyline, turn this card face down. So again, this card right here, we've got a few different characters. This card right here just shows I don't know, maybe an anchor being from each season. Right here, we've got Iron Man from Season 1, Wolverine from Season 2, and Captain Carter from Season 3. So that's what we got right there. Other teams that we have in this first pile is going to be Captain America's Team Captain America Secret Avengers, Team Iron Man Pro Registration, which is for the Civil War box. We've got Wakandans for the Rise of the Black Panther expansion. And we've got, again, Champions right here. Spider Army. Probably should take a look at least one of these. Spider Army right here. There is a team list for Spider Army. How many of these are Peter Parker? Agent Venom, no. Black Cat, Cyborg Spider-Man, yes. Ghost Spider, Iron Spider, yes. Miles Morales, Penny Parker, Scarlet Spider, technically yes. Let's see, Silk, Spider-Ham, Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, Spider-Man 29 Original, Spider-Man Noir, Punk, Spider-Woman, Superior Spider-Man, maybe. Symbiote Spider-Man, yes. Venom are all in this team right here. Hunted, as long as this card is in the team display, heroes being dealt damage by villains, remove cards from the game instead of discarding them to the bottom of the deck. That hurts me in my soul. So there is that. We've got Asgardians and Allies. Asgardians and Allies. Let's look at the roster on that one. Beta Ray Bill, Korg, Loki, Mighty Thor, Thor, and Valkyrie right here. So that is the kind of cool thing about having 3 seasons worth of stuff when you're creating these team decks, is that you do have plenty of teams and team members to go off of. This is pretty cool. Paycheck delayed, as long as this card is in the team display. Heroes cannot gain action tokens. That's from the Deadpool team up deck right there. So again, not looking at every single card in this set. So let's see. Do I want to open this other one up, or do we go to the promos? Let's go. Let's stay with this one for a minute, because I got to open these anyway. So yeah. So we got that. I think I need a new blade of my knife, is what I think I need. Let's go ahead and take a look at what teams we got in here. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy, which includes Adam Warlock, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Drax Gamora, Gladiator Groot, Mantis, Nebula, Nova Prime, Fela Vale, Quasar, Rocket, and Star-Lord. We do have A-Force, we've got the Defenders, we've got Uncanny X-Force, and then this is the big one I wanted to look at, and I almost grabbed 2 different teams. We've got X-Men. Now, again, here is the negative card, or whatever you can say, for X-Men. No, I'm showing off the negative cards because I'm making this very negative video, but one of my slight problems with the game, I don't think it got corrected, is that is the list of X-Men team members. I do wish that, even though, yes, we do have a big giant X-Men team deck here, and you can use Angel, Archangel, Banshee, Beast, First Class, Bishop, Blink, Colossus, Cyclops, First Class, Dazzler, Emma Frost, Firestar, Forge, Gambit, Gwenpool, Iceman, First Class, Jean Grey, Jubilee, Juggernaut, Juggernaut from the hero version of Juggernaut. Logan, Longshot, Magneto, Age of Apocalypse, Maros, Marvel Girl, Mystique, Nightcrawler, Pixie, Professor X, Psylocke, Rogue, Storm, Mohawk, Sunfire, Weapon X, and Wolverine. So you have all of those. I would have still preferred, or would have kind of liked, for them to have made an X-Men deck that was like X-Men Blue Team, X-Men Gold Team, actually split those teams up a little bit. But then I realized that like you wouldn't have had, you could have even given like a first class deck, team in there. But then you wouldn't have been able to have like Blink in there, Dazzler wouldn't have been in there, Emma Frost wouldn't have been there, Firestar, Gwenpool, you wouldn't have had them. So I realized the necessity for having a big X-Men roster like that. Also, same thing with Avengers. Avengers has Ant-Man, Black Knight, Black Widow, Captain America, both flavors, Captain America Sam Wilson, Captain Marvel, Falcon, Firestar, Gladiator Hulk, Hawkeye, Hercules, Hulk, all 3 Iron Mans, regular, Civil War, and Hulkbuster, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, She-Hulk, Thor, Wasp, Winter Soldier, because he was technically Captain America for a minute. So yeah, and then New Avengers, which is a whole different team in and of itself. That's actually where I started getting into the greater Marvel universe right there. But yeah, that is going to be a lot of different cards and everything right there. A lot of different teams. So that's all the regular teams. Those are that's not even all the teams. That's just the teams from the main promos, or the main, basically everything that's in retail was in those teams. So let's go ahead. Although there were some team members, so it was teams that primarily consist of members who were in expansions that went to retail. The promos team decks that we're getting ready to open is all of the characters who are teams for characters who primarily were in boxes and other things that did not go to retail. And there's just that one leaflet in there that we've already looked at. So again, we'll take a look at an example of that here in a second. But even from this one package right here that I'm opening, I can already see that ForceWorks is utilizing a bunch of Season 3 characters that were like in stretch goal boxes and whatnot. The Excalibur team, I'm pretty sure, was all in the stretch goal box in Season 2. So like I said, we got ForceWorks, Alpha Flight, which again was Aurora, Guardian, North Star, Puck, Sasquatch, Snowbird, and Wolverine. So we've got that list and roster and everything right there. We've got the Illuminati, Marvel Knights, which is just Black Widow, Dagger, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Moon Knight, and Shang-Chi. We've got the Fantastic Four, which on here just has 4 members: Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, The Thing. So, they have just a team for Fantastic Four for that. But as we all know, we've had She-Hulk's been on the team, Medusa. There was a hot minute when you had, I think the Fantastic Four was technically Ghost Rider, Hulk, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. So we've had that. We've got the Inhumans have their own stuff. The New Mutants have their own stuff. Excalibur. So I think this is the box that all the X-Men teams are use or had, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. This I've been rambling for way too long. Yeah, looking at the time I've been recording, I've been rambling way too long. So and then the other package here has, what do we got? We've got the Defenders, Manhattan, we've got the Infinity Watch, we've got X-Factor right here, and X-Force. X-Factor utilizing Forge, Havoc, X-Factor, Multiple Man, Polaris, Quicksilver, Strong Guy, and Wolf's Bane. As you can see on here, they don't consider Havoc regular as being part of X-Factor. Let me go back to my X-Men list here. I think they did Havoc dirty all over the place. Havoc is the only X-Men not listed in here because the outfit from season 2 that he has is clearly the what do you call it? The costume from X-Men from Marvel United season 2 X-Men is clearly the outfit he wore during his time as an X-Man, whereas the season 3 version is definitely his costume from when he was in X Factor, but they don't put the other one in there. So there's that. We got X-Force, which is Boom Boom, Cable, Cannonball, Deadpool, X-Force, Domino, Dupe, Feral, Hope Summers, Shatterstar, Siren, Warpath, Sunspot, and Warpath. No Richter, because we didn't get Richter. We got Resistance is against Apocalypse, so these are characters that they throw in there for that. These characters, so they put Bishop in there, Blink, Magneto, Age of Apocalypse, Morph, Sabretooth and Wildchild, X-Man. You could... I'm sure, because there's no reason for it, if you really want an Age of Apocalypse experience using that team deck, you can throw Quicksilver, Rogue in there. You can throw, technically, Banshee in there. Who else was on those teams? Storm, Quicksilver, who I already said, I think. Yeah, there's quite a few different characters you could have thrown in there. Savage Avengers, so we've got that team right there. I'm not sure the context for that one. And then we have West Coast Avengers, who is going to be Hawkeye, Iron Man, all 3 flavors, Mockingbird, Scarlet Witch, Tigra, Vision, War Machine, and Wonder Man right there. So those are all your roster lists. We will look at more cards and everything in future videos, but that is a lot of stuff right there. Let's go ahead and get to this box, which I know is probably the one that a lot of people were wanting to take a look at. And again, I'm not going to go into a deep dive with them because I don't necessarily want to spoil things for those campaign decks and stuff like that. But these are the campaign deck cards, and I don't remember, because I don't think these are the same size as the rest of the cards. These are going to be a different size there. So I don't remember what it is. So there's that. Let's see, we got that. We've got a leaflet. Let's look at the leaflet first. Campaign decks. This is a big quadfold thing right here. Campaign setup, hero selection, sequential games, player count, required boxes. So this tells you all the boxes that you need, and oh no, this tells you all the boxes that you need per campaigns. Like Age of Apocalypse, for whatever reason, you need Guardians of the Galaxy Remix, Tales of Asgard, United promos, Marvel United X-Men, Gold Team, Blue Team, Deadpool, X-Force, Fantastic Four, First Class, Mutant promos, Age of Apocalypse, War of Kings, and Multiverse promos. This is not also indicating that you need like characters from those boxes, because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, like Tales of Asgard, you need the it's like, I think the trader mechanic or something like that is what they want you to use for that. So they're trying to bring back mechanics from old campaigns as well, or old expansions as well. So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting to do. They also do talk about player count, so I'm wondering if any of these are going to require us to have 4 people at the table. So let's go with that. So we've got quite a few different events right here. So was that event 9, event 12? What is that? Oh, these are so they're numbered. So let's go ahead and take a look here at Executioner's Song real quick. So like I said, you can see right here this old school comic book cover where it says like event 1 Executioner's Song. I'm going to take a look here. No, these are just different ways of doing the event. Okay, so let's see. Overture is going to be game 1 Overture, game 2 A Means to an End, Crescendo, Ghost in the Machine. So yeah, it tells you on here game 1 Overture, villains, the Horsemen of Apocalypse, game roster, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Professor X, Storm, Gambit, Archangel, Colossus, and Iceman. And then special setup, Professor X is a mandatory hero for the game, so somebody has to play as Xavier. You have to use those characters, and then the villains have to be the Horseman of Apocalypse. So you're basically playing a Horseman of Apocalypse game. When a hero is KO'd on their next turn, they can be replaced with another available hero from the game roster, resuming play from the same location. The replaced hero returns to the game roster. Okay, and then they have different scenarios on here. If famine succeeds, go to the different events. Death succeeds, or at the end of the game, reveal event 4. So there is an example of that right there. And there is an example of that right there. And again, I don't feel necessarily comfortable. So that's how you play game 1. Game 2, you play against Sinister. Game 3, you play against Apocalypse himself. And then game 4, you play against Strife. So yeah, these are the different events that you do. Again, I'm not reading them. I'm just like running through them real quick. But we've got events for Executioner's Song, and then we've got World War Hulk, then we got War of Kings. It looks like these are all 4 games right here, and then we've got Maximum Carnage. Maximum Carnage is only a 3 game right there. Dark Phoenix Saga, we've got a 5 game one right there. Avengers versus X-Men, why? We got a 5 game event right there. We've got Age of Ultron, which is a 4 game event with only 4 event cards. Age of Apocalypse being the big daddy of it all. We've got 6 different games to play for that with 16 event cards. So there are going to be your campaign decks. Let's take a look at the first one for Age of Apocalypse. You fight Nemesis in your first campaign roster. Scarlet Witch, Jean Grey, Storm, Wolverine, Rogue, Colossus, Iceman, Magneto, AOA, and Morph. Special setup, villain, starting location has to be Cape Citadel. Heroes, starting location, Mount Wundagore. So there's that. And then it tells you missions called Surprise Attack. Heroes, defeat Sabretooth Henchman, reveal event 1. I'm just reading through here. Yeah, so that, knowing the event itself, I'm not sure why Deadpool's there though. Oh, that's that part of it. Sorry, I'm remembering the event as I'm going through here. So yeah, they have the X-Men Chronicles #1 event. It was what Surprise Attack 1 is. Not sure what the Mr. Senate, what the game 2 is going after. Game 3. So let's see. Campaign roster is listed. Yeah, I'm gonna stop just whatevering here real quick because I can go through all these cards forever. I probably should have done a whole video on just these cards, but again, I don't want to ruin any surprises for any of these campaigns, because I do intend, if you guys are interested in it, to go through these campaigns with our group here. So let me know down below which one you want us to start with, and we will make it happen. We basically, as you can tell, have everything for these games, so there is that. That is campaigns. That is everything as far as that goes. One last thing I did want to show off was just comparing figures again as our base of Captain America. We've got Captain America here with Devil Dinosaur, showing how that compares, and then we've got Devil Dinosaur with Stature, which I think we already saw in the last video. Comparing, though, we've got Stature and Goliath, so you can see how that looks. So Goliath is like a hair taller than Stature, to a point, but not too big. Then we got Goliath with Fing Fang Foom. Base-wise, Fing Fang Foom is bigger. Fing Fang Foom would be taller if he wasn't cranking his neck. He is actually a little bit taller. but you can definitely see the size comparison there. And then finally, Fing Fang Foom being the tallest character of these characters we have, we're going to go ahead and finally compare him with Galactus. So you can kind of see just how large and imposing Galactus is, even to the big characters that we did get in Season 3. So yeah, let's go ahead and you can tell from this shot right here, from the front camera right here, you can definitely tell how all of those look right there. And then you throw I'm going to put him over here so that way you can actually see him, or let's put him over here so you can actually see him a little bit better. But that is Galactus compared to all the other big characters in here. I told you I would get to this shot at some point, so if you guys stay to the end of the series, thank you very much. So, but yeah, this is everything for Marvel United Multiverse. I want to thank you guys very much for tuning into this series. I do have the playlist for this series if you missed any parts down below in the comments of this video. Let me know what expansions you guys are excited to see us do from here on out. The plan is to start doing some gameplays, primarily first of the main core box. So I do want to get through all 4 villains of the core box first before we move on to any other expansions, anything like that, just to kind of get those out of the way. Maybe bring some stretch goal, depending on how many characters we use, maybe bring in some stretch goal characters in that box to take on some of those villains and whatnot. Would definitely like to get to Galactus at some point. Fing Fang Foom looks like he might be interesting, and we definitely want to get to the Executioner, or not Executioner, I'm reading that it says Executioner Song on here, but I definitely want to get to the campaign deck. So again, let me know what expansions you guys are interested in seeing us do first. Let me know down below what campaign, if any, you guys would like us to do a series on. I'm all for it. We will probably start utilizing the team decks after like the first or second main gameplay videos, so we'll definitely get those started in some way, and kind of just go from there and see how those work with the game and whatnot. But I have been talking for way too long. Comment down below with all the stuff I asked you guys to comment down below with, if you'd like to. If you could also hit the notification bell so that way you are notified as to when the next videos are going to be coming out on the channel, both for Marvel United as well as other videos. And also make sure, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. Helps us to continue to grow the channel. And I think that is it. So I have been Eric. This has been Rockshire Gaming. We have taken a look at the final components of Marvel United Multiverse, and you guys will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.